What's up? Welcome to week 12 of Talking About Stuff. Before we get started, get my bold flavor out of the way. I'll give you a hint. It's from Costco. Just kind of opening my fridge up to y'all and letting you know that everything we buy is either from Costco or Sam's Club. Although I actually am cooking a little bit more right now. So I loaded up on a bunch of stuff from an Asian market, which is pretty cool. Like the flavors that they have there are pretty intense. I'm currently making a bunch of Thai dishes right now. Last night it was drunken noodles with shrimp, one of my favorite Thai dishes of all time. Not the favorite, but one of them. In fact, for any of you that are listening, I'm curious what dishes from other cultures have you cooked, and was it as good as like you experienced in the restaurant? I'm curious about that. It might help me expand our palate a little bit too and make some different foods at home. Back to the flavor. Suja Immunity, I don't know, shot. It's pineapple and turmeric. It's pretty good. It reminds me of kind of a bold flavor that I had with my buddy the Orange Nightmare. If you guys don't remember, he's the one who beat Suey in that championship game where Bao bet that Suey would outscore Orange Nightmare in another league. Didn't happen. By the way, Suey, I'm stoked to hear that you might be on your way out of this league. I was actually thinking about it, like, what are the contributions that Suey makes to LOD? And I realized it's not really that much. Like, you make a bunch of weird, I don't know, trades and stuff. Some of them are lopsided, but you don't really contribute anything to like LOD forums. You don't really post anything. You make a bunch of troll faces and stuff in Discord. You've almost always bet on the wrong side of good votes and then just delayed the progress of the league. So the fact that you might be on your way out, I fucking love it. I love it. I hope you get out of this league next year. Something tells me you're just going to stay out of spite, and that's cool too. I'm down with the spite moves, but man, fly Suey, fly. Let's try this thing. Yeah, it's wow, it's such like a strong flavor, which I'm all about. Sometimes I'll just take like shots of vinegar at home because I just want like, something to wake me up. This kind of does that, but it does it like in style. It's got that like definite pineapple, like kind of undertone going on, but also the turmeric hits you. There's got to be black pepper in here too. The only thing I wish about this is that they made it in like an 8-ounce bottle. You're buying, I think, like 10 of these and it's $15 or something. Sometimes they'll have the sale down for 10, but like, dude, $15 for 10 of these is kind of crazy. If they sold them in 8-ounce bottles, I'd probably drink the whole thing and get sick or something. It's probably why they don't do it. Well, you want to go into bets? We could talk about other stuff too, but well, screw it. Actually, while we landed on this page, let's see what's up with this league. Suey continues his win streak. What a surprise! When people are making trades with Suey, do they think like, if he has Bijan Robinson and Christian McCaffrey, that'll give me a better chance to win? Or maybe you're just thinking about, next year, like Rick was. I get what Rick was doing. I guess the half of you that don't get what he's doing, but also voted to keep keepers in the league, like, blows my mind. You voted to keep keepers, but you're upset when people trade for potential keepers. Are you guys, like, really that retarded? I don't think so. I think you're just trolling. You have to be trolling. What is next? Yeah, that was a bummer that you won, Bri. I think if you didn't win, that kind of puts me that much further into the possibility of touching a bracket, but now it's just super competitive. There's a bunch of teams that I need to catch up to now. Um, let's see. Get the Kel out of here. You lost a game. I don't blame you. You don't really have much of a team to work with. And people saying that you're being anti-competitive. No, you took over some scrubs team who just pretty much like tanked out of default by not being a competitive owner. You're just trying to get through the season and hopefully not lose the toilet bowl. So I don't really care what you do until you make the toilet bowl, and even then I don't really care. Like I'm looking forward to what you do next year when you're able to like make something out of your team. I kind of wish you would have traded. No, that's not true. You've already got keepers, so you're fine where you're at. But see you in 2026, man. Let's see, Mister. I bitch about all the laws that I wasn't able to keep in place. You won a game. Whatever. I'd actually think it was pretty funny if you won 3 straight in this league. 3 straight from tie, and then 3 straight from stretch. Just, I don't know. It's funny for some reason. But Karn, yeah, you could have taken the division right there with the win. Dave sticking in it. I guess it's that dragon trade that I sent you, but really it helped us both. Does suck that Jacobs got injured. Go figure, the guy is like healthy on your team for 3 years. I finally traded for him from you, and 2 weeks into that trade, he gets injured. Like, just so lame, man. At least it's not some season-ending nonsense. Dirty, still looking good. Really, just because Ice, Cools Jr. keeps losing. Damn, dude. That's crazy. With the points for of 110, you have a losing streak of 5. I can't even believe it. And I think that really might just put you out of A. I don't know how you get back in. You'd have to win all 3, which maybe you can. I mean, let's think about it. Your opponents coming up are Rick, who's looking at next season. Cooter, who is... I don't know what Cooter's looking at. Probably next season. Dirty, great team. So the question is, do you play Dirty this week? Let's see. You don't even play Dirty this week. So you have a chance to figure out if you're still in A and really, I don't know, go all out for the week that you play Dirty. Tesla, damn it, you won. Joel, you won. And I lost. I didn't even deserve to win because I don't know, my team kind of shit the bed. Jacobs got injured. But I also played against the weekly top score. I guess if there's a time to lose, that should be the time. Still a competitive division, and I think any one of us, maybe with the exception of Ty, could come out on top. Maybe Ty could even come out on top. I don't know, by some weird miracle. We'll see. Matchups this week. Yeah, I need to beat Tesla or I am going to the B bracket, that's for sure. These guys are kind of right in the middle of that fight as well. Dirty, you got it locked up. Ice, we already talked about you. How the hell are you minus 63? Karn, yeah, this should be an interesting matchup. I don't know who's going to win that. Cools, yeah, you're going to... Are you? Your name's Christian McCaffrey, but you don't even have Christian McCaffrey on your team anymore. Let's see who you got. Josh Allen, Breece Hall against the Ravens, Ashton Genty against Cleveland. Oh, yeah, Dave's going to win this game. And then Will versus fantasy team. That seems like a pretty easy lock just because Will's team hasn't done much. Although I want to take a look at this real quick. We're not worthy. Where are you at? Stafford, good matchup. Montgomery, good matchup. Metcalf and Odunze, good matchups. Watson, I don't know about him. Could you plug anyone else in there? No. So you're kind of stuck with Watson. or maybe Xavier Worthy, like depending on which one of those, if those Qs turn out to be a doubtful or something. Pitts has a good matchup, and he now is like the de facto number 1 wide receiver in Atlanta. Sorry, Bry, I don't think it's Mooney. Badgley, good kick. Dude, I think you could pull out a win here, man. I think you could pull out a win. Brian, Jacoby Brissett. Okay, that's a good matchup. Brissett's been playing well, really well. And you have 3 quarterbacks on your team for some reason. You must be like trying to block someone from having a quarterback. Gibbs, great. Warren, is he playing? He might not be playing this week. Maybe he is, but it's going to be like a split between him and Gainwell. Adams, that was a good trade for you. Definitely going to work out in your favor. I think Adams is going to have a very good game. Olave versus the Falcons is probably another good game. Theo Johnson, I think the Lions are pretty good at shutting down tight ends. Could be wrong. And then Tyler Loop and the Ravens. It says 85-73, but I think it's going to be closer than this. I think Will has a chance to steal a win here. And then racism versus the guy that he screwed. So, no. Clearly, Suey's just going to win that one. And let's see. Oh, there's it. While we're here, let's look at this update. What is the update? Questionable trade has been brought up. Neither side has answered. That's sus. This is the proof. I mean, I don't know if Rick has said a single thing in this league all year, so I don't know why you guys expect him to respond. I think, look at this vote. 6-9. So 15 people have voted. Let me help you take a guess at who might not have voted. Is it the person who hasn't posted in the league all year? I'm not going to look. Just wondering which one you might want to confirm that. Bets. This week kind of sucked. Last week sucked too because I went 6 of 7 on the teaser. A game that should have been an easy over 40, which was Philadelphia and Detroit, turned out to be a disaster. Swirling winds was what I heard in the stadium, so it prevented people from throwing accurate passes. I mean, whatever. That's the way it goes, right? But whatever. Let's see if we can just keep hammering away. So maybe not play 7-point teasers. Let's try 5. Colts, Chiefs. Chiefs plus 3.5. This is a must-win for the Chiefs. I don't think it's a lock that they're going to win. But if they do lose, I don't think it's going to be a blowout at home. So, yeah, plus 3.5 makes sense. Lions were all the way up to minus 10 against the Giants. It was a little scary for me because I think Dart could be coming back. However, they're still the Giants. And the Lions are kind of in this like must-win to stay competitive mode. So I think the Detroit Lions might have gone like win, loss, win, loss, win. I think they're going to go 2 wins in a row here. They'll do it by at least a field goal. Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Rams. I think this is a game that either team could win. The Rams are pretty heavy favorites at home, but I'm not touching that. So I'll touch the over. Over 42. Hope there's not swirling winds. And then the Eagles versus Cowboys. This might be the stupid bet because I'm going back to the well that didn't produce any water last week. But I think the Cowboys don't have as great of a defense as the ones we saw playing last week. I think the Eagles are a better passing team and running team. The Cowboys certainly are. So I see that going over 40. And then the Bills versus Texans tonight. It's going against my whole motto of don't bet on a Thursday night game with your parlay, because then if you lose, you're just sitting there sad the whole week that you don't have anything riding. But I think this game is a good time to hit an under. Texans have great defense. They kind of have an okay offense, but it's not great. The Bills, there's a chance that Allen does the same thing he did last Sunday, which is like go nuclear and, I don't know, throw 3 and rush for 3. I don't think that's going to happen against the Texans defense. They need the win. It's going to go under 50. And then the straight wager, I couldn't even find anything without adding points that I really liked. So I took a prop bet. Mahomes over 36.5. That's a lot of pass attempts. Like, you start counting throughout the game, and then all of a sudden you realize it's like halftime, and they're only at like 14 or 15. The bet's over. So I'm kind of just hoping that this is a very competitive game between two teams. No one possesses the ball for very long, like more than 8 minutes or whatever. And they just keep, peppering targets and getting down the field and scoring. We'll see. Not super confident this week. I had much more confidence last week. And the money is starting to get a little thin now. So I'm hoping one of these ends up paying off. There's nothing else I want to talk about. Later.